often. You already know. Poppin', ain't no stopping me now, steady rockin'. Watch them hate on me now cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now cause I'm poppin'. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl champs.
What's going on, sports fans, Giants fans, NFL fans? Welcome back to our first episode of New York Giants podcast, Our Way. New York Giants Our Way podcast with your boy Big Pat and Big Lou, where we break it down with our view, our opinion, our insight, our way. Okay, Big Pat, what's going on?
Man, nothing much, man. Just ready to talk some New York Giants our way, man. You know how we do it. So, we had to bring on the podcast, man. Dynamic duo, Shaq, Kobe, Jordan, Pippen, whichever one you want to do, man. That's what we is, and that's what we're going to continue to do and dominate in this YouTube game. So we decided to bring you something to you guys directly our way, the way we talk about the New York Giants, all the cookie cutter BS that you hear on Twitter and everything. We got tired of it. So we wanted to bring you something real. And so let's talk some real stuff, Lou. So what we going to talk about today, man?
Well, me and you differ on the Saquon Barkley thing. I personally think that they should have made a deal. I think he's proved that he's all about the team. He's put the team first numerous times. He played through the bad years, bad coaching, bad quarterback play, bad offensive line play, bad Jason Garrett.
Everything was bad, man. Everything was all bad.
He never came out and trashed the team. He never threw the quarterback under the bus. He conducted himself with class, never had no scandals. He's been the face of the franchise since he came here. Even with losing records, So I think he's played through injury. He rehabbed and came back after a severe knee surgery, and he's made it clear that he wants to retire a Giant. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of what deals were offered and what deals were rejected and what's speculation and what's fact, because there's a lot of different stories out there. So I can't say who was at fault, the Giants or Saquon, but I think that they should have come to an agreement. But with him scrubbing Giant stuff off his social media and them signing another running back, this just got ugly, in my opinion.
It's gotten real ugly. It's gotten real ugly, man. But these Giants fans make the situation even worse. They don't know how much power they have when they start speaking stupid stuff. Like now they're trying to turn the whole ordeal into Barkley versus Jones, like stupid stuff. Like when you look at an NFL team, I don't care what team it is, the quarterback is always going to be the most important. If your running back is the most important person on your team is fucked. I'm sorry, it is. Your team is messed up. If the running back's the most important part on your team and the quarterback is not doing anything like they saying, everybody on these social media outlets, Saquon Barkley was 100% of the offense. That's why I did my video showing you that was totally not true. They're a dynamic duo like we are. They make each other better. I've always said that throughout their careers. They make each other better. When Daniel Jones is not on the field with Saquon Barkley, what happened last year? A year before last year? What happened?
Didn't look good at all.
They didn't win a game. We couldn't get past the 50-yard line. And Saquon Barkley was playing. Do you think we're doing two quarterback sneaks on second and third down if Daniel Jones is in the game instead of Jake Fromm and Saquon Barkley? Was Jones and Saquon Barkley? You think we got a chance to get a first down from our goal line? I think we do with those two in there. But it seems like people forget that when Daniel Jones is on the field and Saquon Barkley is not on the field, he's 9-13. But vice versa, Barkley's 0-6 because that's the way you're putting it. That's the way you're talking. Is 0-6, and neither one of the games were competitive. Neither one of those games were competitive when Daniel Jones went out. That was some of the sorriest football I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, I gotta take a Glennon.
Right, exactly. We coming up with names. I'm calling out pick sixes. And if Saquon Barkley is 100% of the Giants' offense, there's no way we shouldn't. We could at least been competitive.
Well, let's not forget that our offensive line was suspect as well.
It doesn't matter. What you saying is Saquon Barkley is 100% of the offense.
I never said that, sir.
No, I'm talking about the people on Twitter. Let's
Oh,
talk real talk. He's 100% of the offense. Daniel Jones has nothing to do with it.
I never said that, but I did say this. He was 100% the reason people had asses in seats at MetLife Stadium,
That
because
is true.
aside from Saquon Barkley, we had nothing to see. They was giving out free Pepsis 2 years ago. So we
But
do
putting
know
butts in
he was the
seats
only
and
reason.
winning is different.
And that is a bad thing. You shouldn't have just one player that's the only thing worth coming to see. It is a team sport. You should have multiple players at multiple positions who shine at their respective position. Um, and that's what it seems like this administration is trying to do, and at the expense of some players, apparently. And that's where it gets tricky. And that's where people get emotional and lose their shit and don't think before they speak and don't fucking realize that this shit sticks around forever. Even after you pass away, people can go pull up your videos and be like, see, he was a
Mhm.
horrible person. He said such and such and such and such.
Right. But I truly, all in all, Giants fans make this situation way worse than what it really is. They're trying to turn players against players. They're trying to turn players against GM against players. It's stupid. It comes down to Saquon Barkley feels he's worth something around here, and Joe Shane and them are like, we're only going to pay you around here. Which they gave a fair contract to Saquon Barkley in a market where the top running back that signed that has some of the top stats that signed a contract for $6.25 million a year with only $13 million of it guaranteed. They offered that man double that if any of those contracts they said they offered was true. Any level of the contracts that they said was true was double that at least. That's how much respect they have from him. So all this they're disrespecting Barkley. No, it's just Barkley think he's worth probably a lot more than what the Giants think they should
Here's my
pay
thing.
him.
Do we know for sure what the monetary value were on the contracts that was offered?
There's no way to guarantee it because there's no paperwork to guarantee it. That's why I said if any of those reports of any of the contracts that was reported offered to Saquon Barkley, it's at least double of the next person right below Barkley as far as production. Am I saying Miles Sanders is as good as Barkley? No, that's what the Giants are saying too. If any of those contracts are true, they said you're worth double what the next person is. That's respect. They didn't come to Barkley and say, "No, we only gonna give you $8 million per year. We're gonna give you a contract beneath the franchise tag. The franchise tag money is top 5 in the league for running backs. Just the franchise tag. How are they disrespecting this man? Somebody explain that to me.
I think that they should have came to an agreement. I didn't say that they disrespected him because, again, like you said, I don't know what's true and what's not because there was all types of reports put out there, and nothing has been confirmed as of yet as to what the amount of the contracts were. Um, so you and I and millions of people would love to know, but until that information is released, we can only just speculate. And if it comes out that Barkley was being greedy or he outpriced himself, um, that would be a damn shame. But if it comes out that the Giants were just being greedy and lowballed them, that would be an even
Be a
bigger shame.
damn yeah, that'd be even bigger shame. Because if you are lowballing him, which to be honest with you, a lowball offer will only be an offer underneath the franchise tag, considering what the running back market is.
Mm-hmm.
You got to call a spade a spade. The running back market is dry right now.
Yeah, it's
But if they
horrible.
offer anything under the franchise tag, then yes, the New York Giants is wrong, and I'll be making videos saying that they're wrong.
Stick a pin in that for a second. I want to break into what you just said. Because you made a video a few days back, um, alluding to the fact, alluding to that idea that the running backs could be colluding, to try to make a statement, right? Um, and I kind of want to get into that because I'm like, if that were true, right, and they were to get found out, right, I'm pretty sure that the big conglomerate that the NFL is would punish them guys, blackball them guys, make sure they never worked in this town again, so to speak, right? Um, so what would be the better solution other than like going, all the running backs going to the players union, to the players association, CBA, whatever you want to call it, and speaking their piece, saying like, look, the running back position is the only position that is the franchise tag is going down annually while everybody else's franchise tag price is going up. So you're basically saying that the running back is no longer a viable option in the NFL. But as you and I know, we both played football, we both love football, we both watch football, and people can say, oh, the game has evolved into passing league. Okay, but defenses and offenses always adjust to defend what the other is doing successfully.
Most definitely.
So if you start shutting down the pass, that leaves you with what?
The
You
run
have to
game.
figure out a way to run, right? So eventually this, oh, it's a passing league shit is gonna come back around because defenses are gonna adjust to the passing league and force you to have to run.
They're already doing it. They're getting cornerbacks that are 6'1", 6'2", that can run, that can press. So they're already in the process of doing it. You got
You
Sauce
know,
Gardner, the boy Woolen from Seattle. They're getting corners to stop that. But go ahead, Lou.
But so exactly my point. So eventually you're gonna need a running back. You're gonna need, and they're gonna be in high demand, and then you're gonna end up paying out the wazoo, the whole league that is, trying to draft the next big running back to help your offense get off again. It's like, people don't see everything is a cycle.
Yeah,
Everything
everything's a cycle. But the running backs, they're in the cycle where they're down right now. And I
in the
tell you what,
wash.
man, washed. Let me tell you something, man. If those running backs continue doing what they're doing, because the leader is Austin Eckler. I don't care what anybody says. You look up his history for the past couple of months, some of the moves he's been making, some of the things he's been saying. He's the leader of it. But they better quit playing with fire, because now they got Emmett Smith talking, Emmett Smith, OJ Simpson. This is nothing but a marketing campaign. If you know what marketing campaigns is, you get some of the greatest of all time to speak
For
up.
the
Oh
most
man,
part.
you can't do this to running backs. What are you doing? You get them on their side to see if you could get some sympathy, and somebody would be like, "Hey, we'll give you some money." That's not going to happen with the NFL Shield. I said this a year and a half ago. If people remember, I said, "Man, look, it looks like the running backs ain't gonna get none of this TV contract money." I said that because the way it was trending, I said, "Man, these running backs ain't finna get no money." For one, they have so many things in their favor. For one, the running back position, your lifespan is short. For two, I mean, let's just be real. Most running backs only last 3 to 4 years. Number two, the running backs that did get paid, they messed up the bag. Todd Gurley, when he got paid, what did he do? Nothing. Ezekiel Elliott, when he got paid, what is he doing now? Released.
Nothing.
Le'Veon Bell, when he got paid, what did he do? Washed. Christian McCaffrey just had to get traded to the 49ers because he wasn't living up his contract and Carolina. Only one that got money that was really doing something was Derrick Henry, and now he's older and he's coming off the injury riddled season. Nick Chubb, he signed for $12.5 million. He's the only one that's balling consistently. And nobody's doing it like Nick Chubb in the league right now. Look up the stats. I ain't got to keep talking about Nick Chubb. Look up his stats. That dude been balling for the Browns since he's been there. And he only signed for $12.5 million. So if any one of those contracts were real for Saquon Barkley, sorry to bring it back there, they offered him more than Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb has been doing it better than him. That's no disrespect. That's the utmost respect. You mean to tell me they offered him a contract better than Nick Chubb? You didn't do Nick Chubb numbers this year.
So is this a case of his agents giving him bad information and misleading him, or somebody being in his ear hyping him up like you're the greatest thing since sliced bread? You deserve X amount of dollars per year. Uh, could this be a case of that, or could this be a case of I was making a guaranteed amount of this on my rookie contract, and you're coming at me with this? How dare you? I mean,
I think
there's
it's
multiple different factors involved, or it could be either or. And it's like, until it comes out, we don't really know, but everybody wants to know. This shit is driving people crazy. Obviously, we're making a video about it. People talking about it on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. ESPN, NFL Network. It's just crazy. Like you said, they got old running backs coming out the woodworks. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. It's a thing of it all, bro. I truly believe Saquon Barkley is smelling himself a little bit, and he has the right to because he's Saquon Barkley. He's earned the right to feel like, yeah, I am that dude. When I'm healthy, I'm that dude on the field, and he really is. I'm not shitting on the man. He really is pretty damn good. I think it's that. I think it's people that's been in his ear the whole time as far as his camp, as far as free agency. I mean, his agents. I think they're fighting for the money and not his best interest. And then I think the people around him have been doing it too. The running backs talking in his ear, man, you got to take a stand. We got to get we're losing money. We're not getting paid. You're one of the last guys that's up to get paid, and you had a great season. You can make a stand and get money back in the running back's hands. And then he hangs around people like Odell Beckham, whose ego is out this world. And so when you're hanging around people like that, you know what I'm saying? Your ego's gonna get pretty big too. So I think it's a lot of things going on in Saquon Barkley's head right now, and I don't think he's in a very good space. Because when you listen to that interview that he had, he said that's something holding out is something I don't want to do. You can
right,
look at his face that he doesn't want to do it.
right.
But
He
somebody's
also,
telling him to
he
do
also
this.
said if I do what I'm supposed to do this year, which is what I plan to do, then they can franchise me again next year, which insinuated that he was going to come and play with the intentions of balling out, hoping to get another deal.
But he's scared that he's going to get franchised again. And you know the reason why you're going to get franchised again? Because you didn't accept the fair value deal that was on the table. You're not going to get close to $20 million, bro, as far as per year. And you're definitely not going to get close to $30 million in guaranteed money at the running back position. It's just not going to happen. If you want to fight for the bigger cause for the running backs,
You're going to be the sacrificial lamb.
right? But
You're
in
going
this
to end
part,
up
Blue,
without the bag, and then the next generation of running backs will
yeah.
take the bag.
Yeah, but in this situation though, Saquon Barkley wouldn't have lost that much because they offered you double what the market was telling you. The lowest of the contracts that they offered. So imagine if the last thing that they reported was 14 million with over 22 point something million guaranteed. Do you know how big that contract is considered what Miles Sanders just signed for? That's
You froze. You froze, Pat.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
They offered you a contract more than what the running backs that are producing more than you, bro. Nick Chubb has been balling. They offered you more than Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb has been healthy doing this. That's why I can't have sympathy, bro. What are you asking for? You came out your mouth and said you want to be a Giant for life. You came out your mouth and said, I don't want to reset the running back market. That's what he said. Nobody told you to say that. Keep it a buck. You should have said, I want to reset the running back market because I'm Saquon Barkley and I mean that much to the Giants. I have way more respect for you right now in that situation because you know what? If you would have came out and said that from the very beginning, you had a leg to stand on because, yes, like you said earlier, you were on the only reasons why our butts were in the seats. That's a fact. People come to see Saquon Barkley. People buy Saquon Barkley jerseys. People see Saquon Barkley on commercials out the wazoo.
Yep.
Say what you should have. Say what you felt in the very beginning, and I promise you, you might have had a way better leg to stand on.
I'm a firm believer in a closed mouth don't get fed. I speak
Right?
my mind because I wasn't designed to bite my tongue. That hurts. I'm a firm believer in that. And that sometimes I got to wear the consequences of not biting my tongue. But it is what it is. I'm gonna stay 10 toes down, and whatever I say, I'm gonna stand behind it. You know,
We watched the season all last year, and when that man said that, he was trying to play like a company man. You came off like a company man in the very beginning. You told Joe Shane and them, you're not dealing with Dave Gettleman, sir. If Dave Gettleman was the GM, he would have had a $20 million a year contract right now. You're messing with a real businessman out there now. And when you said that, all right, let's see what you don't want to reset the market. Oh, you want to be a Giant for life? Okay. But the thing is, they didn't even lowball him, Lou. They gave that man money almost close to Alvin Kamara money in a market that says that one of the top running backs in the market was only worth $6.25 million. And they said you're worth more than double that. And you turn them down not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, 5 times. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, he's being disrespected. I love the dude to death. I hope he's a
I
Giant.
got 3 Barkley jerseys, fam.
Right. I hope this dude's a Giant because he does mean that much to the Giants.
Now, on this note, if money was the issue, you sitting out is only going to take more money out your pocket.
Right. And you sitting out. Now they know that you're not playing. Now when you go to the market the very next year, your market's going to be even lower because you don't have no film to play on. Now they can say, we don't know what you is. You've been off a year. Huh. Now we're going to offer you lower than the franchise tag.
And the longer you sit out, when you do show up, if you do show up, you won't be in football shape. If you get out there, you're going to get hurt or you're not going to produce, which is going to drop your value even more.
And let's talk about this because nobody's really talking about this. What about his relationship with Dabo? When he sits out all the training camp, you think Dabo's really gonna let this dude come back
Well,
3 days
apparently,
before week one?
Dabo's relationship ain't that strong anyway. Or they would have found a way to make a deal.
Dabo doesn't have control over the money. That's Joe Shane. He doesn't have control over the money. He has say about the players that he wants to be signed, but he doesn't have control over the money. But Brian Dabo is a coach. He's going to work with the people who's with him. So you really think that this man going to let Saquon Barkley pull up 3 days before the game one against the Cowboys, be like, okay, we're going to put you in the starting lineup? Or we going to give you mad snaps over these dudes that been going through training camp for the past month, busting their ass? Think about that. This ain't Pat Shermer. Joe Judge wouldn't even allow that to happen. So are you willing to risk straining your relationship with the New York Giants? Over a couple of million, which I don't believe is only a couple of million, because if it was only $1 million off like they reported, they would have done the deal. I think this dude is asking for more than Christian McCaffrey, because when you look at the interview, he compared himself to Christian McCaffrey. And newsflash, you're not Christian McCaffrey when it comes to catching the ball out the backfield. You can catch the ball and get past linebackers and stuff in the flat. But when it comes to running routes, nobody's as good as that dude, Christian McCaffrey, when it comes to running routes out the backfield.
I was
I'm
gonna ask
sorry.
you, do you think that there's a bit of jealousy there?
Between him and Christian McCaffrey, no. It's no jealousy. It's just that I
As
think
far as
he has
the money is concerned, do you think he's jealous that he didn't get as much or offered near that amount?
I don't think it's
Or
jealousy, bro.
his ego is hurt,
I think
perhaps.
his ego. His ego might be hurt a little bit. And only because I don't think he has the right people behind him. And I don't think he has the people behind him that really care about his well-being. Because if you really cared about that man, seeing what the market was, and then the Giants came back and offered you another contract after the 13 million you turned down, and let's say
Because
they
if they
did go up to
offered him
14.
14 million and he turned it down, I can't see how. I mean, I can't see how you can turn that down. 14 mil a year, um, especially if it was for 3 years.
Let's just say the 13 million, the second contract as reported, between 13 and 13.5 million dollars a year, 20 or I think it was 21 million guaranteed. The value of two franchise tags back to back.
Well, no,
Oh,
the two franchise tags would be 22 and a half.
well, 22. Well,
It's
let's just say that.
10.1 this
Let's
year
just
and 12
okay.
point.
Let's just say because they did go up to at least two franchise tags. That's been reported, and that is actually true. So let's just say they stayed at the 13 million, 22 million guaranteed. Austin Eckler, the dude that's behind all this shit, I guarantee you he would have took that deal. I guarantee you he would have took that deal. The main one that's talking all this noise and all this shit and probably got Saquon Barkley to stay 10 toes down and not take that deal. Austin Eckler would have took that deal.
Hmm.
That's why I'm saying you ain't got the right people behind you.
Watch them people that's close to you. Let me make sure
Because
they do what they supposed to do.
Lou, you know how this stuff work, bro. You see that man Saquon Barkley got offered double what the market was, and they didn't offer you nothing. San Diego didn't offer you nothing. You could actually be jealous of that man a little bit, like, nah, man, you should hold out for at least 17 million, knowing damn well they ain't gonna give that man no 17 million. And if the Giants picked up the call and called the Chargers and say, hey, give us Austin Eckler for a third round pick, and we're gonna give him a deal that he wants around 13 million, the same exact deal Saquon Barkley got, I guarantee you that he'll sign it today.
And you'll be sitting on the sideline looking like, man, what the? I just got 3-card money.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I don't want to happen to the dude because he's a good dude. He's not a greedy man. And all my takes that I've had about Saquon Barkley, you never heard me question his character or his greed or about greed or anything. Only thing I questioned about Saquon Barkley is who is behind you.
Who's in his ear? Yeah.
Who's your people, man?
And apparently that must have been an issue at some point because he switched management.
Right. And that was the closest they ever got to a deal, right when he switched management. Who's behind you, bro? People not looking at that. People just want to, say the negative stuff about, oh, they not gonna pay. Who's behind the people, man? Dexter Lawrence people didn't do that. They say you gonna offer Dex what? Okay, Dex, you cool with almost 100 million guarantee? Hell yeah. New York Giants, he doing his little thing. He got his. He getting his. Who's behind you, bro? You look at Austin Eckler. I wouldn't trust that dude to save my life, bro. Look at him. You can look at his face, man. But you're gonna let these dudes use you to try to put money in their pockets when you already had a bag waiting for you. That's respect, bro. That market said it was 6.25 million. 13 million? That's respect. That's saying you Saquon Barkley, we respect you. We want you here. We gonna give you double what the next nigga got, and he did the same exact stats that you did, but we gonna give you double. That's the utmost respect. So I can't be mad at my management because they offered you a fair deal. And to be honest with you, since we on Talking Our Way, they offered you more than a fair deal, my nigga. Because they could have said franchise tag, we ain't talking to you. $10 million, that's $4 million more than what you worth right now.
Well, what's the real issue? We're gonna have to find out the truth at some point. Either somebody's
The
gonna leave
truth is
it,
going to
somebody's
come
gonna
out.
get the podium, somebody's gonna have to reveal the truth, because people gonna keep poking, whether it's us, ESPN, NFL Network, Good Morning Football. So people gonna keep talking about it until something comes out.
I said this in a couple of things on Twitter. That boy Saquon Barkley will fuck around and somebody gonna pull his file. And if the Giants really want to play hard,
you think he's lying?
I don't see why the Giants would lie. Why would the Giants lie about what they're offering the man? Why? When they offered you a deal at the bye week,
Which was reported to be like 12.5 million, right?
Right. And that is true. So if they offered you 12.5 million right there, do you think his camp would have been as silent as they were if they would have pulled that offer off the table and would have came back and be like, yeah, we only want to give you $8 million? They would have went ham.
Oh, no. He just said something right then during the season.
They would have went ham. That's why I say this boy gonna keep fucking around and somebody pull his file and they're gonna pull up something that he don't want to be out there.
Well, that's about all the time I got right now. Pat, what you
So
want to tell these people?
tune in to the next episode because you're gonna keep getting real talk like this on New York Giants Talk Our Way with Big Lou, and Big Pat, man. I'm tired of cookie cutter. I'm bringing the heat. Lou bringing the heat. We're going to keep bringing these episodes too, and we're going to talk real facts about real things.
And go follow us on Rumble, because we're probably going to get 2 live for YouTube on this podcast, and we'll probably do this one on rumble.com.
But as for right now, you can catch us on YouTube, and we'll be posting it to Twitter. So this has been the first episode, Giants Talk Our Way. I'm hyped. I can't wait to episode 2 because there's no filter on this show, and I'm gonna keep talking this talk.
Raw. We're gonna give it to you raw, our way, the real way, locker room style.
Right.
Take it or leave it. Don't like what I said? Fight me.
Right, and you definitely don't want to fight us. So, because I'm ready. You talk
hit that like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, opinions, and ideas in the comment section. And you know what I'm saying? Feel free to support the cause, and his Cash App, the super chats, super stickers, whatever it is, all of it helps out. Make sure you hit that thumbs up though, that engagement. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah. They don't want people like us expressing our views. So share this video to all your social media outlet platforms and let them know that we can do this too. Always. Till next time, y'all know what it is, man.
Peace.
Ain't no chatting, no liking, just action. All my is strong like they tapping. You already know. Popping. Ain't no stopping me now, steady rocking. Watch them hate on me now, cause I'm locked in. Watch the hate on me now, cause I'm popping. I ain't stopping.
And the New York Giants are the Super Bowl